This is what the Dallas Cowboys need to do in the 2023 NFL Draft. I'm Ryan Wilson. That's Josh Edwards from With the First Pick podcast, here to provide an ultimate mock draft for the team with the 26th pick. Let's jump into the old NFL mock draft database simulator. Said database there for the first time ever. All right, we got pick 26 here, Josh. Osiris Torrance goes just a pick before, which makes sense. The guard out of Florida to the Giants. Brian Branch went the pick before that, which also makes a ton of sense here. If you're the Cowboys, you have needs along the interior offensive line. You have needs along the interior defensive line, even running back. Bijan just went off the board. A few picks there to the Chargers, which I love. If you're the Chargers, not so much if you are the Cowboys. Tight end, of course, has been a popular pick, as well as linebacker. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's just scroll down a little bit, Debo. Let's see the best available here. Don't really need an offensive tackle right now. You got, Dalton Kincaid, Brian Bresee is still there. Michael Mayer. I mean, you've got some really good options here.
Would you consider Jahmyr Gibbs, or is he too much like Tony Pollard?
I think he's a little bit too much like Tony Pollard. I would be looking for more of a bigger physical complement to him, maybe, latter portions of this draft, unless Bijan had been there, because I value him so highly. But I think in this situation, I'm probably leaning towards either Brian Bresee or one of those tight ends.
Well, what about the linebackers, Debo? Let's see if all the linebackers are still available, which could be Drew Sanders, which could be Jack Campbell. They're both still there. Any interest in Drew Sanders here? Because I know he's your linebacker one.
Yeah, I would have interest here. We don't pick again until 58, so you kind of have to consider what's more likely to be available. I think we're more likely to get a pretty solid tight end at number 58 overall. So if you want to, get stronger structurally up the middle with either Sanders or Bresee, that would probably be the direction I went.
One last thing I'll mention, because there's an opportunity for, in real life, Broderick Jones to still be there, the left tackle out of Georgia. Obviously, Tyron Smith is the guy. They drafted Tyler Smith last year as well, who looks like he'll play guard this year. Any thoughts of Broderick Jones and making him your right tackle, where Terrence Steele currently occupies that spot on the depth chart?
I don't think so. I think Steele actually showed improvement this past year. I think he's steadily, improved over the course of his career. So I would probably roll with Terrence Steele and address one of these other positions of need. But Broderick Jones is also pretty good value. But I would probably still go with either Bresee or Sanders here.
All right, that's what I'm hearing, Debo. Let's go with Brian Bresee, because the depth at the interior defensive line is almost non-existent after the first few players, and we'll be able to get a linebacker at 58 if that's what we truly want. It won't be Drew Sanders, I don't imagine, but Debo, someone in the comments said if you just hit the X up there in the upper right corner, that it just does away with all the trades. We'll have to try that out and see if that's actually the case. All right, pick 58, Antonio Johnson. God, I love him at safety. Our safety situation, we have Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker, and then we have Jordan Lewis as the nickel. So I didn't even consider Antonio Johnson here. Julius Brents is still there. Again, do we need a corner? We have Trevon Diggs. We have Steph Gilmore, so no. But, man, that's some value. Of course, Keanu Benton would be there. Sam Laporte is there. That's an interesting name. Cedric Tillman is an interesting name. We have Michael Gallup, and, of course, we can trade for Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb. Then after that, it's slim pickings. Jalen Tolbert, last year's day 2 pick out of South Alabama, hopefully has an improved year too. What position should we start with? Let's go to linebacker first, Steve, but let's see what we got there.
Well, yeah, Jack Campbell off the board, the pick before to the Giants.
Yeah, not great. So that means Drew Sanders is gone. Deion Henley's still there, who I like a lot. I would consider him here. Nick Herbig is very interesting to me. I don't think he's going to be there pick 90, Wisconsin edge rusher, who probably is going to move inside, sort of the reverse of Micah Parsons' career trajectory once you got to the NFL. What positions are you thinking about here, Josh?
Well, I think just looking at the best player available, interior offensive line, maybe we get that tight end at this point in time. Cody Mock, Sam Laporta, kind of two guys that would be high on my list.
Okay. I could go either way. Cody Mock can play. He played left tackle in college, but he is destined to play guard or even center. He worked out at both at the Senior Bowl. And hit the tight end button, Debo. Let's see which tight ends are left. Sam Laporta, Tucker Kraft. So, right. Sam Laporta is sort of the last of the A clusters, if you will, the first group of top tight ends. And then Tucker Kraft's a good player, small FCS guy, I should say. So there may be a drop off there. Who are you leaning towards, Laporta or Cody Mock?
I'm probably leaning towards Cody Mauch as much as I like Laporta.
Okay.
Just because I'm a more firm believer in building the trenches and then kind of worrying about everything else after the fact.
Debo has made that pick come true. All right, pick 90. Still needs a tight end. We've got the interior offensive and defensive line sorted. We could go running back. We do need a linebacker as well. Oh my gosh. Devin Achane's there. Tucker Kraft is there.
Deion Henley's still
Dan
there.
Henley.
Is your guy?
I think Deion Henley's who we're taking.
Is Herbig still there? Out of curiosity.
Oh yeah, let's hit the linebacker button.
He was 108. Yeah, he's still there.
101. I take Herbig here, and Overshown's still there too, which gives us some flexibility in case there's another position we want to look at. Let's quickly look at the running backs, Debo, just to see how that depth looks before we get too far. Devin Achane's there. Tyjae Spears is available. The running back out of Pitt who ran like a 4.2, it felt like. So the depth there is dropping off. I like Chase Brown, though, as sort of maybe an early day 3 guy. I think I'm leaning towards Herbig. What do you think?
I agree with you. Let's go with Herbig.
Yeah, let's get Herbig. And
I think he gives you a little bit something more than a Deion Henley here because you've already got Micah Parsons on the roster. So let's get a little bit of a bigger element to that unit, even though Herbig has the versatility to play inside out.
Wow, look at that, Debo. We'll assume there's more than one trade. Okay, so Jair Brown, the safety is there. I think he ran in the high 4.5s. I like his game, though. Schoonmaker, I like as well. I think there might be good value here. Overshown, we just got the linebacker, so we don't need him there. And then Kayshon Booty's there. I'm not interested in him this high. Ooh, Chandler Zavala. Dang it. We don't need him, unfortunately. The interior offensive lineman out of NC State. I think I'm leaning towards... Oh, there's Riley Moss there as well. I think I'm leaning towards Schoonmaker. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I was leaning towards the 2 top players on this board. I was leaning towards either Schoonmaker or Jair Brown. But I'm going to lean towards Schoonmaker to give us a little bit more depth in that room to replace Dalton Schultz.
Okay, let's see what the safeties look like with pick 169, Debo. And we'll look at safety. We'll look at running back as well, because that's an area we could stand to add some depth. It's not a huge need. Daniel Scott's still there. I like him. Ronnie Hickman. I like Jay Ward better than Hickman, I think. Can you scroll down a little bit? Let's see if there's any value there. Shamari Connor, I'm not quite as high on. I don't know. I'll mention this name. I don't know if you've watched him, but I just watched him yesterday, Josh. Christian Itzian, the safety.
Yeah, really fun player. A little bit undersized, but somebody that I think is accountable.
Ooh,
he's
there
consistent.
He is right there. So let's see if he's there. I think this might be a little too early for him because he's 5'8", but he's closer to 200 pounds. But he plays near the line of scrimmage, and he plays like he's a linebacker almost. And that versatility is intriguing to me. So, Debo, let's keep him in our back pocket for 212. And then let's see what the best player available is here. Kenny McIntosh, I'm not high on. Deuce Vaughn feels undersized to me. Christian Rodriguez, your guy from Chris Rodriguez, your guy from Kentucky. Out of this group, I like Evan Hull the best, but I don't know if you have any preferences.
Yeah, I mean, I can take or leave just about anybody from this group. Can we take a look at the best available again real quick? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Dorian Williams from a value perspective is somebody that I would have considered. We've already addressed the linebacker position. What about Jalen Jones?
I was going to say, what about Jalen Jones, the cornerback out of Texas A&M? I like him here as well. So let's get Jalen Jones here, and then let's see if we can get Itzian in pick 212, the safety out of Rutgers, who is, if he can stay healthy, man, he is fun.
We have one more pick after 212. Is that accurate?
244.
Because if he's not valued until, what was he, 369 on the board, you may be able to get another player here. Jay Ward was still there.
He's 326. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Do best available, safety. Debo. See what we got there. Mekhi Gardner, I'm not that high on him. Aiden O'Connell, I don't want to say waste a pick on a quarterback, but we know who our quarterback is. Ryan Hayes provides some depth along the offensive line. Mo Ibrahim's coming off the injury. Oh, there's our guy, Marty Mapu.
Yeah.
Are we taking him here?
I think that's got to be the pick. Rajon Wright, his brother is on that team, so that would be an interesting fit as well. But I think Marte Mapu is the best value, somebody that would be very difficult to bypass.
So he's safety / linebacker, probably destined for linebacker. And I think that paves the way if we still want. Let's take Marty Mapu here out of Sacramento State, Tebow. And that paves the way for our guy, Christian Itzian if we'd like him, unless there's more value somewhere else. Hit the big board one more time, Debo, just so we can see who else is out there. So Jalen Redmond provides some
I think you guys waited too long.
He better not be gone.
I think he's gone.
All right, I'm firing Josh right now.
He's out of here. Let me find where he went.
Josh, you're fired. You can find out where he went and then pack your bags and get out. Yes. I can't believe it.
Here we go.
The Falcons.
Wow.
4.
Okay.
Oh, Josh, you assured me. All right. Well, I'm glad we got Marty Mapu, but that's some insurance there. All right. What's best available? Dang it, Josh.
You still have Jay Ward there. I mean, Jay Ward, Jalen Redmond. We still have some really good options.
Oh, is Jay Ward still available?
I thought I saw him.
Trey Tucker, Anthony Johnson's a big linebacker.
Jordan Howden. I like Jordan Howden from Minnesota as well.
Yeah.
Just a really accountable player, good locker room guy.
Right. Yes. I think I'm on Jordan Howden. I like him. He ran well. He's big.
Yeah.
He's athletic. Let's get Jordan Howden out of Minnesota, the safety there, and let's call that a wrap. All right. There we go. That is the ultimate mock draft for the Cowboys. First round, we're taking Brian Brzee, the defensive lineman out of Clemson. Then we circle back and get Cody Mock, the interior defensive lineman out of North Dakota State. Great mugshot. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Nick Herbig, the edge rusher out of Wisconsin, who probably moves inside, gives you some versatility there. Then at pick 129, we get tight end Luke Schoonmaker out of Michigan. He, I think, has a chance to have a better NFL career than college career, and he played pretty well for the Wolverines. And then after that, Jalen Jones, the cornerback out of Texas A&M. And thank God we got Marty Mapu out of Sacramento State, linebacker / safety, because our guy, Christian Itzian out of Rutgers, the Falcons snaked him from us with that last pick. So at pick 244, we more than make up for it, I feel like, with Jordan Howden, the safety out of Minnesota. So that wraps up the perfect Cowboys draft class. Make sure to subscribe to NFL on CBS on YouTube and download the With the First Pick podcast. Stay tuned for more Ultimate Mock Drafts.